Guys, what's up? How many of you guys struggle with negative self-talk? Like you talk shit on yourself, you know? You talk down to yourself. You tell yourself your things like you're worthless. You're not the number one person. You're the number two person. You're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough. You know, how many of you guys struggle with that negative self-talk? Because that's what we're going to talk about in this video right here. I'm at the gym right now. It's one of the spots that I go to. It's like right around the corner from my house, so you guys can check it out. Cool little spot. I like all the little flags over here. But like I said in this video, I'm going to go over how to defeat negative self-talk because so many people struggle with this, okay? So I'm basically going to cover 3 ways for you to defeat negative self-talk, all right? So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let me hit this set real quick. Check this exercise out. I'm hitting chest. But what you do here is it's for upper chest. Now you got to be careful doing this, all right, guys? So do it with a spotter or something. I'm experienced, so I can do this. But you run the bar pretty much right under your throat. So boom. Right there. I got to be careful because I got the microphone right there too. So I'll just go right to my chin for now. So the magnet doesn't grab it. But you go right there, keep the elbows out. It's good for upper chest. Nice and controlled. Squeeze the top. Trying to get that hood, that chest hood, you know? All right. Let's go, motherfucker. Fucking savage. Savage. All right, so negative self-talk, right? There's 3 ways that I think you guys can beat it. Well, I know you guys can beat it because this is how I beat it. But first thing is you got to know the biggest times the negative self-talk is going to show up so you can destroy it. You know, it's like you got to know where the enemy's at in the military if you're going to fight him, right? Like you can't just go out there and guess. Like you got to know where he's at so you can whoop his ass. All right, so the first thing that's going to happen, by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, I'm Jeremiah Sullivan, former Army Ranger, now entrepreneur, and I do mindset coaching, life coaching, leadership coaching for people that have businesses. I help you get the body you love, the life that you love, and the business that you love, okay? So the whole purpose of this channel is to build the best you, help you guys get your goals, and pass along the wisdom that I've gained over the years, transforming myself from a small town kid to a 1%er, from quitter to 1%er. All right, so here we go. So first thing is that you guys are first going to encounter negative self-talk when you wake up. That's the first thing. It always happens when you first wake up. Okay, so, you know, if you really want to defeat your negative self-talk, you got to get in front of it. Okay, that's how you defeat it. That's step number 1, or tip number 1. Tip number 1 is to defeat negative self-talk, you have to get in front of the negative self-talk. And your negative self-talk will happen in the mornings. So what are you guys doing to create positive self-talk in the morning? Now listen, I had one of the hardest times of my life. The hardest seasons of my life lasted almost 3 years. It was like almost 3 years. I was suicidal. I was drinking. I had marital issues. I had no relationships, no spiritual connection with God. I was a shit show. And every day I woke up, I had a negative mindset. I didn't want to live, dude. I didn't even want to fucking wake up. Like, it was horrible. And my mind was telling me how big of a piece of shit I was, how much of a failure I was, how I was never going to achieve success, how I failed everything I started, all that type of shit. So what I started doing is I started building my morning process to get some wins and remind myself of why I was going after what I wanted. So I put this little 3x5 card that said why, and I put it right next to my bed. And that why question was, why am I getting up? Why am I bothering with even trying today? And, you know, I had some answers below it. It says one of the answers was to show others it can be done. So that little statement gave me purpose. And that, like, the first thing I did when I woke up, I would look at that why statement and I would remember why I was going to give a shit and why I was even going to try for the day. And then the next thing I did was I focused on, a lot of people will like rely on motivation. Fuck motivation. You need to worry about momentum. When you create momentum in your morning, you get shit done. And that's how results show up, by getting shit done. So don't focus on motivation. Who gives a shit about motivation? Focus on creating momentum. So connect with your why. And then the next thing is create a couple of tasks for you to do in the morning where you guys, you get some wins. Like you need to have set tasks so that when you hit those little wins, your mind goes, fuck, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. And you can change that self-talk from negative to positive because you've accomplished winning tasks. Some of those tasks are like, wake up at a respectable time that you admire. Read something positive in the morning. Go get that workout in. Okay, so that's the first thing, is to cure negative self-talk. Number one is you got to get in front of your negative self-talk by stacking your morning with early morning wins. Number two, the way to cure self-talk is all negative self-talk. It doesn't matter how it got planted inside of your head. It's a fucking habit. Okay, your self-talk is no different than the habit of writing with your right hand. You have a habit of thinking a certain way. So you have to brainwash yourself for positive self-talk, which means your entire day, you need to be acknowledging your wins when they happen in those fucking moments and telling yourself, I'm a winner, I get shit done. I'm a winner, I get shit done. So what does that mean? That means sticking to a macronutrient diet, stick with your nutrition plan, set whatever promises that you set for yourself for the day, you keep those motherfucking promises. All right, and as you're doing them, you're reminding yourself of the follow through that you've done. And you're reminding yourself that you're a fucking winner. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit one more set, and then we're gonna close this up. Okay, so you got to keep yourself on a positive self-talk track throughout the entire day. One of the ways that I used to do that is, on top of having the daily tasks that you do, you need little cues throughout your day to remind you that you're a winner, not a loser. I used to put a gold phone case on my phone so that every time I picked up my phone, I was reminded that I was a fucking winner. So you guys have to brainwash yourself for that winner's mindset, for that positive self-talk, and put these little cues around you that'll make you reaffirm how good of a person, how successful you know you are in the inside. Okay? And then the last thing here that'll cure your self-talk. All negative self-talk, remember this. Somebody write this in the comment section. All negative self-talk can and will be cured with positive action. Okay, so any time throughout the day where you slip, right, you start getting negative on yourself. Typically, like I said, in the morning, around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 2 o'clock in that window, for those people, they get really negative. Just to bring yourself back to the positive self-talk track, you have to, you want to focus on taking positive action. When you take positive action, like you're laying there on the couch, you start talking shit to yourself, you're snacking, and you're even within your macros, but you're like literally just starting to beat yourself up mentally. Boom, immediately go do something positive, do some sort of positive action. It could be reading, it could be going for a walk, it could be playing with your dogs, it could be something to get out of that negative state. But movement is what you want. Movement creates what? Momentum. Momentum creates what? Results. Okay, so those are some 3 ways to cure negative self-talk, guys. You have a lot of work to do because your whole life you've been talking shit to yourself. It doesn't matter who put the negative self-talk inside of your subconscious mind as a habit. You have control over it, and it's your job to brainwash yourself and remove that negative self-talk and replace it with positive self-talk. Last thing here, bonus tip, is remember this when it comes to negative self-talk. A lot of people are trying to remove the negative self-talk completely, right? Well, that's like trying to teach yourself to unlearn the language you speak. English, Spanish, whatever. Most of you guys English. It's easier to install a new language. So you want to, instead of trying to get rid of all the negative self-talk, you want to flood your mindset with positive self-talk, okay? So remember that. The fastest path to success is replace bad habits with good ones. Take the bad habit of negative self-talk, replace it with positive self-talk, and flood yourself with positive action. Flood your day, your life with positive action. And in no time, You guys will develop that winner's mindset, but you got to train your mindset, guys. It takes discipline, it takes consistency, and it takes time. You can't have a baby in like 1 month, right? Because you try harder, it doesn't happen. There's a gestation period. So with your mindset shift, it's going to take time and repetition. Don't give up, get after it. I'm going to get back to this workout, conquer all.